How often do you get to see an aggressive mindbender in Polytopia? In this bullet tournament game, not only will Gorton show us a tactical mindbender, we get an unorthodox one warrior opening, philosophy rush, a strategic choice of a wall, plus knights to counter archers. Okay, let's watch the replay.
All right, hey guys, it's Gorton and Espark.
Hello, I'm Espark. I'm leader of the Arctic Wolves. What you got for me today, Gorton?
I've got a replay from the bullet tournament against Maester, who is a really good Polytopia player. As per standard bullet rules, host has to skip their turn, so I will not be moving on turn 0. And if we're looking at score here, I actually noticed that my opponent, Maester, had a score of 610, so I recognized that he spawned in one of the 4 corners.
Because that 5 score means he has a lighthouse spawn and there's a fog covering one of his tiles. And you know he's playing the same tribe as you because this is a bullet mirror match.
Yeah. On my turn 1, I started moving towards the resource indicators to discover a village.
Yeah.
And as I'm sitting here, I take about 30 seconds. I think, I'm not going to try to compete for a center village with AMO.
Okay.
AMO has access to the pacifist, the altar of peace monument. Maester is probably going to beat me to the center. And if I attack him for the center, I'm not going to get my altar of peace. So I do something off the books that you almost never see.
You don't get a second warrior? The standard is to get a second warrior.
I do not get a second warrior. I just move my troop with the theory that I'm going to go head on into hunting to get my economy up. And by the time I get my second city, I can rush philosophy with a decent amount of economy.
Ooh, that's very unorthodox. Okay, no second warrior.
Hunting. Let me just play it like this. I'll grab myself hunting and I'll grab these 2 resources. Get the workshop, 4 stars.
Oh.
And I discover...
There's Maester lamp, yeah.
So Maester actually spawned, if we go over to his POV. We can see he actually spawned in the north corner instead of the south corner.
And he's just that little tile of fog blocking the lighthouse, so that makes sense, but he's in the north.
Yes. Something to note, this gives me 3 stars because I discover him. Yes, so now I grab my second warrior. The idea is going to be, I'm going to move him out here and try to contest the center village after he grabs it.
So in the end, you got a second warrior, but you got your second warrior on turn 3. So did that pan out the way you thought it was going to?
Well, I have an upgraded capital a turn sooner, is the main thing. I got access to hunting, I got that workshop, that's 2 extra stars. So that will be 2 more stars that I could use to grab philosophy.
There's a problem. You won't be able to upgrade that second city because there's only 1 animal there.
That's true. That was an issue.
What do you do? Oh, so philosophy. You got philosophy. Okay. Talk me through that choice.
I wanted mindbenders. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't doing anything smart here.
There's no middle village.
And I get that altar of peace. I grabbed the 5 stars. I did consider getting the workshop, but I wanted to go archery, 5 stars, grab 2 archers. And so I'm gonna go from 7 stars, I'm gonna grab the 2 archers, and whenever Maester gets the center village, I'm gonna have warriors in position, and I'm gonna have archers in position. And so we see Maester, he grabs the center village, I reveal it, I have an entire army in position.
Yep, so you can siege now.
And I get the siege, I train more archers, and Maester went archery himself, and so he knocks me off.
Yeah.
But I'm able to get a second siege, and so what I've done is I have denied him 4 stars at the cost of 4 stars of troops. There's a difficulty in these bullet matches where if your opponent gets 1 too many archers, they'll just completely flood you out of the board. So you're really forced in bullet to prioritize grabbing archers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Archers are like standard operating procedure in these kinds of bullet dry lands.
Yes. So Maester himself went into archery so he can defend this city. Archers are typically better at defense, so he'll be able to prevent me from doing anything out here.
Mm-hmm. So do you go for that village or do you attack?
I go for the village.
Yeah.
You don't want to be behind on the villages. Grabbing a village gives you more stars. It gives you more troops. So I bring the archer down. I bring the warrior down, and now we see the mindbender. Mindbenders are seen as a gimmick. I view them a little more favorably. I see them as a really useful area denial tool. And rather crucially, if you get a mindbender bordering a city, that city can no longer train troops. Because any troop they're going to train is just going to get mindbent. But the idea is I'm going to use this mindbender to help push up my archers, right? I can ping each one of Maester's archers one by one, and then heal my archers, making them very difficult to kill.
So you're thinking to use the mindbender as a deterrent, but also to heal. All right.
So I'm just pushing my archers up, trying to take up some space here. I grab my second city. I grab forestry. I'm trying to upgrade these cities, and I'm also trying to get a giant later on my capital. But I'm grabbing forestry pre-cap, so it's not as expensive later on.
Yes. Even though you don't use it now, you just want it for the future.
Although now looking back on it, this might be a misplay due to philosophy. Here. And so Maester's training warriors. Warriors are very hard for archers to kind of push into when their defense boosted.
Right, because they retaliate.
They retaliate. They take 3 shots to die.
Yeah.
But I just move my archers up. And then now, here's the position where the mindbender actually comes into use. You don't use mindbenders to convert. You use it to deny enemies from training troops. You use it to deny enemies from solo pushing giants into you. And they also have the bonus of being able to heal, which is especially potent on early game archers.
So you get an explorer
here, trying to see. And this is where I see something a little scary. A vet swordman in the fog.
Oh, I see the sword.
This is probably a benefit to me. If Maester got something like 10 stars, I think I would have lost this game.
You get a lighthouse.
Very
That'll help
nice.
get a
Very
giant.
nice for getting that giant out. Keep the archers up. And so we see Maester's line finally come into position because he has to unsiege this.
Are you going to heal those archers now?
I do. So I heal up my archers.
So cool.
So now I'm able to bring in new archers. And then rather importantly, Maester can no longer train warriors in the city. But now he can't train warriors. My archers can completely focus on taking out Maester's troops. And also importantly, my archers can just move in and siege these cities.
You never see a siege like that.
It's true. It really only happens when mindbenders come into play, or if your opponent is pop-capped.
Oh, you got a wall?
I got a wall.
Okay, tell me why you got a wall. Was it because you saw the sword coming?
It's because of the sword coming. I was like, a walled warrior is just never going to get killed. And I believe a walled warrior survives a sword hit and a warrior hit. Could you run that through Polycalc?
Let's put in a plug for Polycalculator. Not sure if your walled warrior will survive a hit from a veteran sword and warrior? Plug it into Polycalculator and never wonder again.
Thank you, Polycalculator, my beloved. If a wall saves your city from being sieged one time, you're probably saving more stars than 5 stars.
Yeah, because you get to keep that city.
And you're protecting the production the city produces.
Yes.
Which costs stars. And if that's ever equaling more than 5 stars, there's a pretty good argument to go for walls instead of 5 resources.
Yeah, I get it. That makes sense. Okay.
So I believe I'll leave the city open because they have to push into it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to siege it this turn.
And
I could focus on my economy, and I could focus on my front line here. And here's actually, we'll see an archer kill.
You got an explorer from that ruin.
I did. And honestly, it was kind of nice not to have to go back and grab this. Yeah. And it gave me vision up here, which is what I was looking for. Any other ruin probably would have been
preferable. And you can get a giant with the 2 fruit and the animal.
It's true. It opened up a lot. That was very nice for me economically. And so you see, they can't Maester can't train warriors here, so I can just siege the city with my archers, which I couldn't have done. It denies.
So funny. That's so funny. Sieging with an archer because he just left it open. He didn't have a choice. And
then I actually healed here to get a kill because an archer at 2 HP cannot kill a 5 HP defense boosted archer.
Oh, so you healed it first so it could attack. Otherwise, it would have died from the retaliation. Yeah.
Yes, and then this archer's at 3 kills.
Ah. And then you can promote. Woo! That's fun.
I would have lost this archer line here. I'll grab my giant here. I'll get that monument. I always love to get 5 stars with my monuments. Get those archers out.
Yeah. And then you put the warrior in the wall, like you were explaining.
Put the warrior on there. Maester sees. I can't do anything here.
Oh, so wait. The sword sieges. Can you mind bend? Wait, show that again.
So Maester's looking at this city here.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any options here, right? It's a walled warrior.
So he goes and kills the archer.
He kills the archer. That forces him to take out the Mindbender. He's obviously not going to let me get a vet sword for free.
But he can move his archers in to kill your Mindbender. Bye-bye, Mindbender. So you still think it was worth it? You think that Mindbender...
Absolutely. It prevented... Let's look how many turns the Mindbender denied warriors.
Okay. So turn 10...
All right, turn 10, first warrior denied. So imagine a warrior kill.
Yeah.
That's 2 stars.
Yeah, turn 11, no warrior there.
Turn 11, no warrior. That's 4 stars. Plus the healing, right?
Plus
4 stars plus the healing.
Yeah.
Plus you saw that it got the extra archer kill there. That's like 7, 8 stars worth of troops that it killed.
Yeah.
Plus it meant that Maester had less troops to attack me with. I think it was absolutely worth it.
Okay.
And probably what swayed the game here.
Yeah. Well, it isn't over yet. Let's see. You're gonna move up your giant.
I'm in a bit of a tricky situation here. I'm going to have to move.
Yeah.
So I'm pushing my archers back, but I'm also trying to take out his current archer line.
But you have philosophy, so you can get tech for cheap, right? So that's the one thing you have going for you.
I should go into knights, obviously.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna be able to go into knights for cheap. So here I see Maester's got okay.
You have a vet sword and a giant to deal with.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But another thing we're gonna see is I'm gonna go mathematics.
Okay, let's see.
So I'm just trying to take out as many archers as I can. I'm like, if one archer is in range of the swordsman, you might as well have all of your archers be in range of the swordsman.
Sure, because they can only kill one at a time.
They can only kill one at a time, right? So I'm gonna grab mathematics here.
Oh, you got a catapult.
This catapult is basically saying to Maester, you can't move your giant down here. And another thing is I want it to fill the same role that I did with the Mindbender. You know, if I get a catapult on this tile, it's behind my line, safe from all of Maester's archers. That's the main issue with catapults, right? They get shot one time by an archer and they're out of commission.
But it's a deterrent, like we were saying with the Mindbenders. It's a deterrent. You can't move in range, otherwise you're going to get hit with the catapult.
Correct. And it will also prevent any troops from being trained in the center city. It'll just get instantly blasted.
That's really interesting. It is. It's very similar use as the Mindbender. I love that.
Yeah. And so now this vet sword's in trouble. It's got 7 archers on it. I'm able to start putting some damage on this warrior here. I train up my archers. Keep in mind, I'm playing 60-second turns.
Right. This is a live game. You got to play fast.
Maester's got 2 minutes to take his turns, but he takes them pretty quick as well. So I grab these 2 lumber huts without needing to, instead of grabbing 2 archers, which would have been a bit stronger here. It doesn't really come into play.
Yeah, okay.
I see the rider up here, so I have my giant to zone of control these riders, make sure that my catapult can stay in position for a little while. And another thing is it prevents this giant from just beelining my catapult.
But it keeps your catapult safe.
If he moves here, I can move my giant down south. I have a catapult. This giant's not going to be able to affect this corner of the board here.
So you want to leave your giant there to protect your catapult?
Yes. And so Maester goes, oh, he's coming from my capital. So he moves his giant up north to deal with my giant. I don't want to engage a defense boosted giant.
No. This is going to be a standoff. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm just trying to win this kind of south ground. I'm trying to just keep pinging him, keep taking out all of his warriors. We see what happens with the warrior, you know? I wonder, could Maester see the catapult? Maester could not.
Oh, he doesn't know you have a catapult back there.
That is interesting. I did not stop to think about that. So he trains his warrior thinking, okay, it's gonna be nice to zone out these archers.
Oh, is this gonna be a rude awakening when a projectile comes and knocks out?
It certainly is. So I probably have better vision here than Maester does, just off of those explorers. That one explorer, really.
You're gonna take down some more of those units with your archers.
Very typical, just kind of holding the line stuff.
Yep. Oh, there's your lumber hut, and you get a border expansion.
Border growth, so I can upgrade it. I wasn't going to upgrade it without border growth.
Yeah.
Some giants of my own to really start to put pressure on this middle city. When your opponent has archers, the best way to kind of push into it is going to be, if you have your own archers, best way to push into it is going to be giants.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep this monstrosity away from my cities, sieging me, because anytime I get sieged, I lose all those stars. I'm trying to keep this away from my cities so that I can just weigh my tech advantage, right? If I can just keep him pushed into this corner long enough that I can go into chivalry unimpeded, I'm going to win the game.
So you're just biding your time until you have enough stars for chivalry. Yeah.
Yes.
So you're sending that giant to its doom, but it's a sacrifice you're willing to make. Yeah.
Yes.
Now you
and
get
so you see me go riders here. Riders are good against archers, generally speaking. Especially when there's not a lot of force blocking them. They perform as well against archers as archers
do. Are you going to go for that ruin in the southeast?
I believe I do.
Let's see.
Yeah, I can't imagine why this guy's going south. This giant is taking a lot of misery.
Yeah.
And so now...
Oh, look! There it is!
Now I have the knight. And Maester sees this knight.
Yes.
This is not when you have an army like this. You're going to see the typical, oh my god, they have knights. I need to break my army into a position where it's not beneficial for that knight to go in. Space
him out.
So it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult for Maester to actually put damage on me. And so I just go, I take out 2 archers, and I hit the giant. It's beneficial for me.
Well, and it forces him to place his archers in a suboptimal way. Like, he has to, compensate and be like, uh-oh. So that helps you.
And the crucial thing is when your opponent has the same amount of cities as you, I'm eventually going to get a unit advantage and just overwhelm him.
Yeah, because it costs for him to replace those.
I believe so.
Let's see. Oh, you want vision there. You can see.
Rider here.
Yep.
Giant goes in.
Nice.
Archer's kind of working on this guy. I get a Mindbender, second Mindbender of the game. Using it as area denial, right?
Yes.
This giant can no longer go here.
It's a deterrent. Yes, exactly.
It's never gonna Mindbend a thing in its life. But it did its job. It kept this giant off of my capital.
That's right.
And we see the death of my giant.
Yeah.
But what that does is it forces him to have all of his archers in a line. He can't space out all of his archers.
Oh.
And since he has all of his archers in a line...
Can you get a nice chain?
I get an okay chain. Another 2 archers, more damage on the giant.
Oh. Oh, you finish off the giant. Wow.
I do. Just keep getting 2 knights a turn. Keep killing 2 archers a turn, and I'm gonna win this game. At this point, the game's over.
Yeah.
There's not much he's going to be able to do against this.
Because you're going to siege again. You've got more knights coming in. You've got that Mindbender sneaking up. I love that. Really cool.
At this point, Maester should concede. There's not much you're going to do. 4 cities to 1. And we see the end of the line.
Yeah.
I was surprised I beat him. <laughs> Especially with that opening. A lot had to go right for it to work.
Yeah. Not getting the second warrior on T0, philosophy rush, using a mind bender as a deterrent, like very different. But yeah, really interesting. I love it. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
talking me through this interesting game. Thanks, Gortron.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more pro Polytopia content. Come play Polytopia with us. Join our Discord. A link to the Discord server is in the description. Take care. See you on the next one.